No, I could wait a little bit more, but I'm going to start now because the music just ended. I thought that would be the right thing to do. Guys, what's up? Welcome back, or I guess welcome for the first time to SLI League Invitational. We have best of three, two in fact, coming at you today. LFY going to be going up against iG.Vitality, both of whom are in the upper bracket, and neither of whom, should they lose, know who their opponent is. I don't think. Just one other upper bracket set has been played. So, yeah, not sure if it's going to be a twist bracket or what. I don't even know if that's what it's called. But either way, I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for these games again. Two consecutive best of threes, and this one should be pretty interesting. iG.V got the whole crew together here. LGD.Forever with DDC, who's I think like an official stand-in or something like that. Like he's kind of part of the team, but only sometimes. Banana isn't, so LFY not exactly working with their full crew here. So we'll see if they're able to put something together regardless of that fact. But quick look at the bans. There was a patch recently. It was not the biggest in the world. I mean, this is the first pick is really one of the bigger results to come out of said patch. Stream Protector is now in, and wow, we're gonna go a little bit in time, are we? Okay. Well, the Stream Protector is in. Definitely a situationally powerful hero. If you are protecting someone like Lina in the mid lane, oh man, you're gonna have a good time, especially since iG.V, they kind of want to have the Darkseer Earth Spirit stick together as much as possible. And yeah, Ion Shell is really powerful up against living armor. You can do damage through the living armor, you can burn it away if it's a high enough level. You can do quite a bit of work there, so iG.Vitality's pick of the Darkseer definitely gonna go a long way in that. The Lina is a hero that, should she get ganked by an Earth Spirit, is in a hell of a lot of trouble. It's just gonna happen. But you know, first of all, you don't expect that to happen all too much because of the potency of the Earth Spirit Darkseer dual lane. Second of all, you can't kill a Lina as Earth Spirit once Lina has living armor. I'm sorry, it just can't be done. Maybe when you're level 6, and if Lina is, like, for some reason level 6 also, which is never going to happen in a game of Dota ever, but, you know, that's the type of weird scenario that's going to have to happen if you're going to get those kills. Yet still, it's been a long time since we've seen Darkseer. I feel like if you're just going to pick Darkseer, then it kind of has to be with someone like a Slardar, like an Earth Spirit, like an Undying, like one of those super aggressive dual lanes that we used to see, but haven't seen pretty much at all in the patch 0.04, like, I don't know, C, whatever patch number that was. But LFY gonna do something a little bit more normal. I mean, Lina, I don't think really got hit that much. Her talents got swapped. I think just straight swapped, so the respawn talent is a little bit later, and you get cast range a little bit earlier. I think that's the switcheroo there. Yeah, it is gonna make Lina slightly weaker. Like having 100% uptime on a level 10 Lina is pretty bonkers because, you know, the more uptime you have, the more Laguna Blades you're able to throw out. But the difference between level 10 and level 15 isn't really that high, especially for a Lina, who's usually pretty difficult to pressure consistently. So you will be able to do a lot of consistent damage, and hell, cast range is not bad at all. Or you could get that increased LSA damage talent, which also lets you just plow through creep waves. LSA Dragon Slave and the creep wave is just straight dead, and some people have already been getting that talent. So yeah, I'm not really sure if you get the cast range now, or if you get the LSA damage. I feel like both are probably pretty viable. It really just depends on personal preference. But yeah, either way, Lina not really hit all that hard, so just gonna have that nice solid nuker. Yes, tanky heroes in iG.Vitality. Earth Spirit probably one of the tankier, supporty type heroes, roamers you can pick up compared to like the Ricky and the Bounty Hunter and whatnot. And Darkseer, of course, is, unfortunately for the Lina, probably going to be getting some of those team restoratives, the Mechanism into the Guardian Greaves, Pipe, you know, all probably in the pipeline here for this Darkseer. No pun intended. Get it? That was a crazy one right there. Puns all days, boys. So yeah, the Lina is going to run into some issues a little bit later on, and is, you know, maybe going to have to worry about getting pulled into a vacuum. She has enough range so that usually that shouldn't happen, but if she does, she's just completely screwed. Depending on what combos iG.Vitality have afterwards, this is not really going to be one of those combos. The devastating vacuum into Wave of Terror. Oh no. You better hide your kids, hide your wife. That is going to come for you. Definitely not what you want to go messing around with. A lot of carry hate, though, in the second banning phase, because, well, neither team really has picked up their carry. iG.V maybe with this Vengeful Spirit. It's possible that they can make some sort of devastating mid-game timing push. It's not really the easiest, though, because you are going up against Living Armor, you are going up against Alina. So if you're really going to try to overpower them, you need to pick up, like, well, I mean, at this point, iG.V, yeah, I mean, they can't really grab another support hero that'll do it. So, yeah, that is pretty much... that ship is pretty much sailed. They're going to grab a Shadow Fiend, though. Usually the standard accompaniment to this is someone along the lines of a Juggernaut or a Slark. Slark actually seems pretty good for iG.Vitality. It doesn't seem like, really, no matter who they pick, except if it's perhaps going to be a Sven, they'll be able to do some huge Darkseer combo. I mean, Darkseer Shadow Fiend is potentially very powerful, but more often than not just isn't going to land. They could go for someone like a Slark, Vengeful Spirit support, Shadow Fiend into a Drow Ranger isn't the worst thing in the world either. Not the most common thing in the world, especially with two melee heroes on the team, but it's definitely a non-zero possibility here. LFY will not have a good matchup there. They have awful matchups against the Drow, in fact. Again, it has to be just like in iG.V's mind, and they do have the last pick of the draft phase, so you know, who knows? They have all the time in the world to weigh their options as far as that last pick is concerned. For LFY though, getting the Rubik is a nice solid one. Darkseer's spells, even though their cooldowns now are constantly getting nerfed by like 2 seconds every time, still a very solid hero to have. Along with the Treant Protector, it is pretty potent. Just lift up into beatdown, right? Like Treant Protector hits for like about 200 million damage per right click. So, you know, telekinesis between that and the Leech Seed, you can do a lot of damage to really even these tanky heroes like Darkseer and Earth Spirit. And being able to drag away an Ion Shelled hero or creep or whatever, also pretty big game. And in the mid-late game, just you know, a telekinesis, point click stun, going up against a Shadow Fiend, letting the Lina get into a position is also pretty powerful. LFY though, now, Batrider's a pretty good hero with Treant Protector. Batrider's actually insane with Treant Protector. Yeah, usually the way Batrider dies is, you know, he's in the early game, he's flying around, having the time of his life, and you're trying to right-click him down. If you get him low enough, you'll stun him and, you know, maybe try to kill him. You can't do that with Living Armor, it's just impossible. The problem with this is that they picked up Batrider, and iG.V have a Vengeful Spirit. And I'm no expert, but you know, I think that Nether Swap is a pretty good counter to the Flaming Lasso. Again, I don't know, but it seems like it would be a pretty good way to just completely hard counter the Batrider's initiation. Now, yes, iG.V are building their draft in such a way where the bulk of their damage is only going to be coming from one or two heroes, i.e. Shadow Fiend right now, and probably their last pick. So having a point-click disable of the potency level of Batrider is very powerful, and they're going to ban out the Weaver to even further try to protect this Batrider's initiation, make sure that he is able to, at least in theory, get in and grab the heroes that matter, Shadow Fiend. Because if they take out the Shadow Fiend, first thing, then iG.V are just screwed. But again, you can't do that. You're going to worry about the Vengeful Spirit. It is going to be a Slark last pick for the iG.V squad, pretty standard stuff there. And LFY, they're going to go ahead and grab a Morphling as their last. iG.V have only kind of mediocre answers to a Morphling. Slark, Shadow Fiend, they're both kind of okay at dealing with the Morphling as far as actually killing him off is concerned. Again, not much just in the way of disable from either of those two. And the disables that iG.V have outside of those two core heroes is kind of lackluster as well. Spirit is okay at disabling Morphling, but they have a Silence, they have 2 stuns, and a Vacuum, which I'm not really sure if we can count as a disable. We probably shouldn't. Gonna be tough killing off a Morphling. This Treant Protector Living Armor is gonna make it so that iG.V, despite the fact that they have picked up a Slark last pick, a hero that can burn through Living Armor like nobody's business, Really, really difficult to kill off these LFY heroes. But again, LFY, they're Batrider, they're offlane, their initiation, their real only way of initiating. Is going to be running into a Vengeful Spirit. And that matchup is just... Hello? Yep. We're in. Oh god, we're in. We did it, boys. No crashing here. Professional quality stream up in this. So yeah, I mean, iG.Vitality have a pretty nice streamlined draft, and LFY, they're going to have to work a little bit harder, I think, for their wins, just because of the fact that Batrider is going to have a rough time. It is going to be a Banana Bat on the offlane. Boots first with Living Armor. Yeah, you're never going to catch him. DDC is on the Treant Protector. We got Super, one of two in the game playing the Lina. I missed this. I don't really know what happened to LPC. Probably just an Ion Shell roll-in, but yeah, he got messed up already as the Rubik. We got Monet on the Morphling up towards top. Dogfights on the Spirit is rolling through trees. Sure, man. You do you. Angel Eye's going to be on the top lane. Darks here. Got Cicada on the Shadow Fiend. Definitely a real Shadow Fiend player. Super number 2 is going to be on the Vengeful Spirit, or I guess it's Super number 5, right? Makes sense. Paparazzi is on the Slark on the bottom lane. Looks like there's going to be no huge rune shenanigans here. So this is going to be a lane where Batrider is going up against Slark and is in the mid game going to be going up against Vengeful Spirit. Now, Bananas is a real player. He is pretty good, but this is like the nightmare scenario for Batrider. Because you can't use Sticky Napalm to really pressure a Slark, because he'll just pack it off. And if you feed Slark infinite mana, should he pick up a Magic Stick wand, which he probably will eventually get to, then yeah, you're going to be in for a lot of hurt. Alrighty, starting off with a Pounce, half of his health worth of damage, very casually. Super here with a Magic Missile, another good 150-ish damage, and Banana is almost dead. Now he is going to have 2 creeps, but he actually pulled for the Radiant, so actually it probably helped the Radiant more than it hurt them right now. Up towards top lane, LPC once again feeling the force of Ion Shell Earth Spirit. A little bit of an older combo there, but hey, it still works. Look at Banana just getting driven out by a hero with no boots. I don't know how Vengeful Spirit caught up to the Batrider, but she did it, and Batrider is gonna have a rough time, as I said before. He is very easily killable in this lane. Over towards the mid lane, Cicada is going to have a little bit of a rough start versus the Lina. I mean, Dragon Slave and Fiery Soul, these are just better than 1 point of Necromastery for the Shadow Fiend. But it will balance out a little bit in towards parity, I would say. Once level 4-ish comes up, then the lane control should be just about even. That is, of course, discounting any rotations from dogfights, who, of course, is going to prioritize staying up on this top lane. You can destroy trees as a Earth Spirit. You can also eventually destroy trees as the Darkseer. Not really sure if this Treant Protector invisibility is going to get that much value. He's trying to do what he can, but you can't really outrace an Earth Spirit with Ion Shell. Roll in. Damage is... got him. Not really super high, but hey, it's something. Steal another bounty rune from them. Not bad. Ooh, and it's gonna be Darkseer. Oh, with the regen rune. Play well, get rewarded. Fights though. His rollout is gonna be blocked by LPC. Waveform in, and a first blood will be spilt on top lane. Just a little bit too confident, this Earth Spirit. Now 9 times out of 10, that rollout is gonna get you out of there. But if you're in a bad position already, not much you can do about that. It is, yes, first blood being drawn by the enemy Morphling, which is pretty bad. But for the Earth Spirits game, for the iG.V game, it's still far from over up on top. So yeah, a roll in towards a Rubik. Even a Treant Protector, should they have vision, not easy to survive, despite how tanky Treant Protector is. And, yeah, I mean, I said he was killable. I was waiting for DDC to come in towards mid lane, but yeah, it looks like they just got the pounce on the Batrider. My B, guys. It is 4 AM for me, so I'm going to play that card for that one. Screw you guys. Yeah, but this is going to be like the worst matchup for Banana. He has all the movement speed in the world. He is going to get Tranquil Boots, which sustain-wise is going to be quite nice for him, actually. And the only hero he can kill off is Super. If he goes too far for this one, though, he might just get punished. Super is going to take a lot of damage from this Firefly, but he can turn around with the Magic Missile. And he might actually do that. Paparazzi, probably it's not worth his time to even go chasing down a Bat Rider, who again might just get hit with the living armor. Hasn't been shown off yet, though. It's only level 2 Treant Protector. Alright, now we'll see if they can put the pressure back down. Super Cicada, their lane has pretty much balanced out. Rotation from the Earth Spirit, I don't believe was spotted. It is going to be nighttime, so in theory would be able to roll in towards Super a little bit easier. There is no smoke yet active, and Venge dogfight still not quite spotted by this Observer Ward. Never mind, Venge is. So Lina should not be picked off by this one, unless this roll actually lands. It's going to be slightly off the mark. Stun does land, but the secondary stun and the Magic Missile is way too far. This leaves Paparazzi down in the bottom lane by himself. Here comes a double damage Treant. Oh, you do not want to mess with that. Pounce away, my friend. He's going to pack out all that napalm. Still pretty weak, but 10 stick charges, he will survive. Nothing like a casual 94 plus 94 damage at 4 minutes in the game. Eat your heart out, Shadow Fiend. Paparazzi by himself is actually kind of a rough matchup up against two of these heroes. Usually you want to give the Slark enough of an advantage to get to levels. Oh, Super this time rolled does land. The LSA is good, but it won't slow down the opposing heroes enough. And Cicada will raise for the kill. Magic Missile just sneaks in there at the tail end of the range. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he actually doesn't even have living armor, so low-level Treant Protector defensively is not that good. He's gone for a fully offensive build. Orb of Venom, Windlace, and of course the offensive power of that Leech Seed, which Paparazzi won't really matter too much to him. He's going to try to turn around for DDC, and he'll get him before he... a little bit late there on the Leech Seed. I guess he figured there would be a faster pact. And he was, I guess, wrong. There was a slow pact there, but could have helped the Treant Protector if he just had, what, a little bit of extra healing there. I don't know if it would have made a difference. It would have been very close, for sure. They killed off Super. Secure a trade on bottom lane. And for LFY, they should still be okay with how these things are going. Yeah, mid lane, the Lina is expected to have, as again, like a mediocre time versus a Shadow Fiend, especially a Shadow Fiend with the rotation help. Rolling towards top. They're going to try to kill off the Morphling. I don't know if that's going to happen. He's not that strength morphed, but yeah, he can definitely get out of there. I mean, you're not going to go for that. It's some pretty cost-effective damage on the Morphling. Force him to struggle a little bit more, stay comfortable in that lane. But Super Cicada, you're going to run to an invisibility rune Rubik. Super did bump into him for a split second there, so maybe he thinks it's lag, perhaps. But they know that something's up. They don't see any of these supports on the map. And you're never really going to see Treant Protector. And oh, that was pretty obvious. I think they may have blown it, guys. I think LPC is spotted. Yeah, they're just going to try to get Cicada into a position where he could safely farm. Unfortunately, the days of stacking for SF have long gone. In this situation, that would be the prime thing to do if this was a couple of patches ago. Probably still worth it for them, actually, because they're not really doing a hell of a lot elsewhere. 4 heroes camped out in the mid lane. Not really doing a hell of a lot for iG.Vitality. Now Paparazzi, Banana, the 1v1 duel of the century right here. Well, that Shadow Dance is a real thing. Super is coming in, though. That Lina is what the Slark has to fear. Laguna Blade is also a real thing. And somehow there's 4 heroes now down in the bottom lane. I mean, this is fantastic for the Morphling. Like, he's the one who's avoiding all of these 4-hero gank trains. But, yeah, I do not expect this game to be in a 4-man roaming scenario just yet. Now, taking your Lina out of mid lane, swapping her out for, like, a Rubik, and going for a rotation, a smoke gank, or something like that. With the Laguna Blade on the Slark, that is big game. But leaving the mid lane empty like that, roll in, once again gonna be off the mark. Kick does land, they have a magic missile coming from the trees. They'll slow down the Shadow Fiend with the LSA, but the two supports will solidify the kill there. Leech Seed goes out. The damage on Earth Spirit is not enough. No one teleporting into the shrine, so they will get another rotation kill on Super. But over in the bottom lane, went in pretty deep for the Slark. Shadow Dance looks like available. Gotta assume it was just coming back online. He couldn't get it off in time, or dead in the duration of a disabled telekinesis? I don't really think that's possible. Either way, iG.Vitality are making a pretty interesting choice here. The choice to prioritize mid lane pressure, getting Cicada ahead, over stopping the Morphling, or even, touching the Morphling, because the Morphling has had the time of his life right now. And honestly, there is not that much they can do to the Morphling, so they're doing what they can with what they can. And having a farmed Shadow Fiend, a farmed Cicada Shadow Fiend, it's definitely not going to lead you astray. But this is going to be a problem in the mid-late stages. Morphling is going untouched. He's actually less net worth than the Slark. He's got himself a couple of kills and deaths. Morphling just a clean score. He actually, assist first blood. I thought he got the last hit. My bad. Smoke rotation. Number 3, I want to say. There's Ion Shell on an Earth Spirit. Do they have True Sight? They have Dust. So DDC is feeling pretty good, but maybe shouldn't. Roll in blind. Actually lands, and DDC is read like a book. Easy kill, and now a tower. This playstyle of iG.V of pressure mid, ignore top is actually, another fight. Elsa lands onto the Earth Spirit. Vacuum interrupts the combo to Lina. Let's dogfight to get a little more distance. They will take her down with the Fade Bolt. And the Shadow Fiend in the meantime, 2v1ing, is gonna kill off the Bat Rider with his Death Requiem. Off to the top side, Rubik will slip out of there. 2-for-2 exchange over in the mid lane. Slark this time, the big winner in the space he's able to receive. Super in July will make it out of there. But yeah, again, this move of ignore Morphling, pressure Lina, signifies that iG.V want to win at like a 25-30 minute timing, and maybe not like win-win at that time, but get a decisive advantage by that time, as in, crippling map control, a set of Rax's, Roshan control, have just a really good position by that time. If this game drags on, then the Morphling farm will start to catch up to iG.V, and Lina will still balance out in this game. She can farm blisteringly fast. She can get kills on supports like nobody's business. Recovery for Alina, even Alina that's over here in the net worth chart, is not impossible. Far, far from it. You can see that reflected in Cicada's item choice. Shadow Blade first. Very powerful item if you're just going to tear down someone soft like Alina. Assuming Lina doesn't have like a Yule Scepter or something like that, pretty easy, like 4 or 5 shot kill, just by yourself as a Shadow Fiend. But this is a very aggressive item here for Cicada. Not going to play a slow game whatsoever. Paparazzi is going to pounce away before the lasso can land. Flame Break, bump back into a Shadow Dance. Good luck killing a Slark. It's actually going to be 2 Shadow Blades. Slark is going to get 1 as well. Interesting decision for both of them to get that. And this is going to tax the supports on LFY quite a bit, but they will have detection at some point in this game, so Slark and SF both can't expect to rely on those Shadow Blades to initiate or even to escape. Breaking a Morphling though with the Silver Edge, which should be Slark to build up first, is really nice. And Super runs into an invisible Cicada. That is not what you want. Living Armor was on cooldown, but even with like the instantaneous Living Armor cast, it's never gonna happen. LPC gets pounced on. Telekinesis in response. There's no Shadow Dance here from the Slark, but Pounce is Arcane Runed actually, so yeah, he's gonna be just fine. Tower in the mid lane wasn't brought down earlier because of the TP supports, so it will be healed up actually a lot. Living Armor is real. Top lane doesn't have that luxury though. They're going to take the Lina kill, plow on forward. You can start to pressure this tier 2. This is something that you could do just by having a Shadow Fiend on your team. I mean, Shadow Fiend is just that high damage a Euro. Especially since he has such an early set of damage items. Like his Power Treads, Ring of Aquila, Shadow Blade, not a huge damage item, but it's more attack stats. And LFY will just be wasting their time and mana trying to defend this. Living Armor, maybe with Fortification for some extra value. Oh yeah, they're actually going to find an illusion and kill the hell out of it. It's super dead now. Magic Missile still available. Lina teleporting in. Lina very boldly doing so. Dust out for the Treant Protector. They're going to find the Bat Rider instead first. Super's off to the side. If anyone dies, it will be the Venge. That is just okay, although they will also catch the Earth Spirit. LSA going to completely whiff. Now the wall drops with the Requiem. Driving 3 heroes back. In-July and Cicada doing it by themselves. Swap back onto DDC. Will kill him. Cost Super his life. In the Laguna Blade, Super. And Banana looking to chase forward. A little bit more. Bat Rider with the drums is pretty quick, but Surge makes you pretty fast as well. Super. Oh! Got sniped by the Shadow Fiend. TP out. I don't think they can interrupt this. No, they can't. And Cicada is just styling right now. Again, that Requiem Vacuum combo is not really going to be huge, but that was probably as best as it was going to be. Because it just hits onto everyone. Does a decent amount of damage. Not like, you know, ultimate worth of damage, but still, it's like a Dragon Slave worth of damage, I would say. Paparazzi pushing in the meantime. On the bottom lane, Slark has his Shadow Blade, has it shown off, in fact. No effort to hide it. Considering iG.V started that fight off, kind of blowing their position on an illusion of a Rubik, actually ended up pretty well for them. This Lina can only really recover if she's able to survive these fights. Yeah, she did get a kill on, I think, the Vengeful Spirit with her Laguna Blade, but if you die straight after that, then it's like pointless to even be getting those kills in the first place. It doesn't really do a lot for you. This is the Protect Cicada game. Even the Slark is going to be somewhat expendable compared to the Shadow Fiend. I say that, he's going to get his ass kicked by Monet. Shadow Dance, he'll get out of there. But if LFY, for whatever reason, are able to get on... Oh no, not like this! Super! Oh. Oh god. Press F to pay your respect. Oh, LPC not in a great spot either. Everything misses, but who cares? They got the vacuum. This Rubik is all alone. He will fall as well. Banana's like, should I go for this guy? He's going to drag the Vengeful Spirit up to the high ground. Mechanism is there, though. Super will swap out, but still die. Because Firefly is weird something. Or was that Flame Break? I don't know. Either way, it's a kill on the support, I guess. Losing to Lina for like the 4th, oh my god, the 6th time? My god, okay. Yeah, they've been sitting on this Lina pretty hard. In July, taking tower shots, 6 stacks of napalm. It's time for everyone to leave. Jeez, In July took a lot of damage there. Mechanism is already up. Again, I said before, Mechanism, Guardian Greaves, Pipe, all this defensive kind of aura-ish stuff for In July should be coming up, and it will time pretty well with what iG.V are trying to do here. Again, they're going for this 20-minute decisive position timing, and it looks like they may just hit it. Like a Shadow Fiend with this much farm can easily manhandle Morphling. You won't be able to kill him necessarily, but Morphling also just a hero that naturally doesn't get into a relevant damage roll until his 2nd item. Yeah, he has Lincoln Sphere, he won't die, but you can probably ignore him and you'll be just fine. This is going to be pretty tough for LFY to respond to. Normally it would be, oh, Morphling, gonna get jumped on. Magic Missile is there. Living Armor is gonna get burned through immediately. They chain stun him as best they can, and it does like 100 damage. Swap out on In July. Mechanism does come out. Super. The Venge may go down, but the wall goes down perfectly, and Paparazzi and Cicada coming in from the back to clean up. They'll lose the 2 supports immediately, LFY, and the rest will be driven back. In July, with like the 3rd or 4th consecutive perfect vacuum wall combo, is going to once again put another nail into LFY's coffin. And this tower should also fall. No Living Armor to give this one any extra life. Bat Rider has a Blink Dagger. I think, you know, they definitely know about it. Yeah, I was going to say, I think they just saw it on the edge there. Bat Rider Blink means that Avenger's against a reserve for swap, not a big deal. But In July has been landing the combos. Really everyone on iG.V have just been all over LFY. Except for the Slark, who has had a little bit of a quiet game, but still he has net worth to start to pick up the action. Going for Roche, at least for Cicada, a definite possibility. Sentries, Observers, all up in the mid lane. They will scan Dire, so they know that this is happening. Their team fight, though, is going to be lacking. Although, Invis Rune Batrider, that's a big one. Banana is going to find a hero by himself, vacuum back. Seems like iG.July did see him. Saw something. Oh, here comes the swap. Yeah, nice ultimate, bro. That's going to do next to nothing, and I was just going to die. Now, guys, again, I'm no expert, but picking up a Batrider into a Vengeful Spirit like that seemed like a bad idea. I don't know. Maybe my 9K Twitch chat can better let me know about the efforts of Batrider versus a Vengeful Spirit. It's really rough, man, especially if you don't have a Force Staff yet. Like, maybe you can snag someone and pull down with the Force Staff. Not gonna happen without a Force Staff. They force a buyout on Banana, who doesn't even have his lasso up right now. Paparazzi is stuck right at a sentry range. And now he's going to have to be forced to fight, although he will pack out a couple of stuns. Kind of layered in the first place here by LFY. Super does have another swap here, but iG.V up on the high ground really wants to give up their high ground. So, like, going past these lines, kind of risky. The smoke is going to go out, and iG.V will try to sneak into a better position. That's an illusion. Super will blow his own smoke, waving up the high ground. Sees a Rubik. That's not great, but they will find him. The overgrowth in the back end is going to force the BKB out from Sakata, but he's doing so much damage, he doesn't really care. And here comes the Requiem. It's going to do some pretty hefty damage to GDC. They're going to chase down the Treant after already having picked off the Lina. And iG.V lose nobody. LFY get nobody. They barely do any damage there. That was not the fight that LFY were looking for, despite how clunky that start was for iG.V. That BKB on Sakata, the mechanism, again, picked up fairly early on iG.July. That is going to be a clean win for the iG.V squad, and now the map is getting a little bit desperate for LFY. 25 minutes, that's the timing. And, well, it's looking pretty good to me, guys. 10k advantage in both Golden Experience. Lina, 171. I mean, Bloodstone is all well and good. Lets you just spam out those spells. Ooh, she went for cast range. Keep that in mind, guys. Cast range over the LSA damage, which is, I think, gets a lot of disrespect. Shouldn't really get that much disrespect. But even if you do get Bloodstone as Lina, I mean, it's a soul booster in there, right? So it's a little bit of health. But I still don't like her chances at surviving in these fights. Like, she could still get, like, at that point, probably like 3-4 shot by Sakata. And you're not going to have Bloodstone charges. You're not going to have the respawn talent either, so your respawn is going to be a very fair and balanced timer. Paparazzi finds him. He'll very quickly realize it's an illusion. But who cares, man? Free tier 2 tower. Bottom lane, Monet, almost fully morphed into agility, is going to put some chip damage into the bottom tower. Cancel TP, though. Is that the Slark? An overgrowth cancel. It seems like it was. And for LFY, that's probably the best bet they can hope for. Like, we got a free tier 2 tower trade. When you're behind, you want to trade towers evenly. So they do get that, but they have to worry about this. An angry Shadow Fiend with a double life, with a swap. LFY do not have an Epicenter, or a Ravage, or an Echo Slam, or an RP. They have Overgrowth, and that is trumped every single time by a Shadow Fiend's BKB. It's also, you know, already used to just cancel its TP out. Did I say Shadow Fiend's TP or Shadow Fiend's BKB? I meant BKB. And oh, LPC. He wandered outside his base by like 10 feet, and now the vacuum back into Lina. Where's your soul booster? Where is it? She desperately... Oh, swap back onto Banana. Quick fingers, though, on the Batrider. He's going to get him out of there. So, iG.V find another 2 easy ones. Mechanism is kind of low on mana for iG.July. It is, you know, a Darkseer, so you will have... With Guardian Greaves, so he's fine to stay in this fight, but the combo is going to take a while to come up. I don't think anyone else has any mana boots. No, they don't. So, if there is a fight here, this is LFY with their best possible position. Especially for another 15 seconds. That could have been really bad if Slark got grabbed there by the net. No swap by Super, used it earlier. LFY gets bottom lane tier 2. Any damage on this tier 3 is going to be healed. Well, is already healed up. Go. But you can see how aggressive iG.V want to be. They want to end this game very soon. Oh, LPC, not like this! Yo, this Rubik and Lina, they're always like, let's go wandering around. It's not a good idea. Oh, no. No super run. Oh, no. Super. What? Okay, just got a Dragon Slave. Panic Dragon Slave. Sometimes you just hit her so hard, she accidentally fires off some dragons. How many times have we seen this, right? Just iG.Vitality wandering around the map, slaughtering these two heroes. It's really a little bit gruesome, guys. I'm only 12. I don't think I should be watching a game like this. This is going to pollute my eyes forever. Sakata just has his eyes on the prize. Oh, they have their eyes on a different prize. Batrider on the mid lane, found by the Slark. Who else wants to go into this meat grinder? iG.V have an open invitation to LFY. It's like, yo, if anyone wants to die, just come down towards the mid lane. Free deaths, handing him out. The only good thing for LFY here is that their Morphling is still pretty farmed. Shotgun, I'm not really sure if that's going to do a hell of a lot. If they snipe the Vengeful Spirit, then the lasso is clear to use. That is pretty nice. So yeah, Monet's still getting a little bit of farm. The Aegis on the Shadow Fiend should be timing out pretty soon. Which is, I guess, also kind of nice. But everything else is pretty shitty. This is not a fun place to be for LFY. Especially if you're LPC. Don't breathe. Oh no. I don't know. Steal a swap and try to swap your way out of there? Steal a swap and then die in 1-2 shots? Yeah, he healed up a lot there with the magic wand, but it just didn't seem like it did anything. So LPC is just on a suicide mission in this game. There's the Aegis reclaim. Probably the worst timing there for iG.V. Kind of unfortunate for them. Do they really have anything to fear? This Shadow Fiend is an absolute monster. Silver Edge upgrade now up. Break the Morphling and he's, you know, essentially even more underfarmed if you do that. Plus as Shadow Fiend, I'm pretty sure you could just kill the Morphling. Hell, in this game as Shadow Fiend, you could probably go for a Sheep Stick just to kill the Morphling, if you want. I think people used to do that, like way back when. They're gonna find the Batrider though. Paparazzi out of nowhere. Along with Dogfights, who has had a couple of rough rolls this game. But that's only in the first, like, 3 or 4 minutes of the game. Since then, on fire. Blink Dagger makes it so that landing all those spells, obviously very easy. Shotgun, I don't know if that was spotted by iG.Vitality. But at the same time, there's not much you can do to play around that. Actually, they are already playing around that. Look at this. Got a Cloak going into extra magic resistance on Super. The Darkseer as well has a hood going in towards the pipe, which is, I guess, the way to counteract that. Skada has magic immunity. Slark should dodge some of the combo with Shadow Dance. I mean, it is still going to be a very, very high damage tool. It makes them ethereal, remember, so Lina will have a field day afterwards. But, yeah, that's their only damage tool. These supports are not damage-dealing supports. Tree and Protector is defensively oriented. Rubik is kind of utility oriented. Damage is not their forte. And LFY with an underfarmed Lina. Really lacking that big punch. It is level 2 Laguna Blade. That's something. Bloodstone charges still at 12, so, you know, it's okay. But again, I'm not really sure if that's going to stick. And Morphling does have an illusion out there, so he is not going to die here to Paparazzi. At least not Paparazzi by himself. And the Morphling is long gone. Where'd he go? Yeah, all the way down mid. So the run of the map belongs to iG.V. We passed that 25 minutes. Next, Roche is going to be the big goal here for iG.V. And should also be the goal for LFY to stop, I guess. I'm not really sure if there's anything they can do about iG.V's Roche, though. Like, Shadow Fiend should have a Butterfly by then. So, you know, even more damage. Plus he's almost level freaking 20, so you get that extra damage damage talent for the souls. So Roshan is gonna die in a couple seconds. It is like slightly easier to initiate in the Roche Pit as Batrider, assuming there's not much vision here. Like getting a quick pull on someone out of the Roche Pit before Super can react is at least a possibility. Oh, roll in. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Super Bloodstone, save her. Well, kind of worked. Shotgun onto the Earth Spirit, won't quite 100 to 0. And now Paparazzi can do a lot of damage here. Back to Monet. Here comes the Shadow Fiend. Where's your defensive tool now, Morphling? At the same time, top lane dies. Oh god. Guys, this is... Oh jeez. This is a best of 3. So, keep that in mind. I think LFY should probably start planning on what to do for this second game. Because this first game is looking rather hopeless. Like, how do you kill a piped up Shadow Fiend like this? I don't know, man. I just don't know. Jump in. Lasso's gonna be immediately snapped. Get wrecked, Batrider. You did this to yourself, LFY. You asked for this. This could have been avoided just by not picking up Batrider, which is pretty easy to do. I see teams do it all the time. And that's Rax's end game. This was a Shadow Fiend game. This is what you can do with the Shadow Fiend who gets a little bit of help. Like, he was doing okay in the mid lane. It was pretty much a wash. Got like 3 or 4 consecutive rotations from the Venge and the Earth Spirit, and suddenly Shadow Fiend's on top of the world. Lina is nowhere near relevant. It's just a disgusting amount of advantage accrued by that. And that's not to say that everyone on iG.V bar Cicada played poorly. In July, the Dogfight Super, they were just out of their mind. Perfect in that game. Paparazzi didn't really have a chance to show off what he can do because the game was over before they needed a Slark. Honestly, if it was 4v5, I'm pretty sure iG.V probably still could have came away with the win. But iG.V just put in the screws to LFY early on. And yeah, it's just these, I think the supports funneling to Cicada. Classic stuff from dogfights, from Earth Spirits in general. And LFY with kind of a Treant Protector who was not used defensively when they needed him. Used him kind of like at least planned and played him kind of like a roamer, like an Earth Spirit or a Monkey King, but just couldn't find enough kills. Got like 1 kill on the Slark. Just not good enough. But as I said, guys, this is a best of 3. We'll see if LFY can bring it back to a game 3 or if we're going to have a very fast 2-0 to start the night. I'm Mike Loris. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys, and I'll be right back in just a little bit.